It was a sold-out night at Caldbeck Parish Hall as the gardening club hosted BBC presenter Chris Beardshaw, known for programmes like Gardener's World and Beechgrove Garden.
I was invited to Caldbeck Village Hall to talk to the local garden club and horticultural society and really just ignite a little bit of passion in an area which is already full of really enthusiastic and knowledgeable gardeners. I mean, this, clearly it's a farming environment, so there's an affinity with landscape and with environment and growing. And once you start to apply that into the realms of horticulture, then that's why there are so many great gardens around here and so many enthusiastic gardeners who travel around the country harvesting the best from what we have to offer.
The broadcaster gave a talk on a wide variety of aspects of his world and career in horticulture.
It's always fun coming around and talking to garden groups. I think, very often they're not quite sure how you're going to present the information or what you're going to talk about. So we had two sessions this evening, one on a historic garden that was about restoration and a journey that took us to Chelsea Flower Show in the most unlikely of scenarios. And then the second, much more light-hearted, a bit more irreverent, just about some of the peculiar stories and relationships that we as people have with the plant material which is right at our fingertips. Every plant has a story to tell, and I think that's worth telling.
And he believes that the passing on of knowledge is extremely important to the trade.
I think it's lovely getting the opportunity to come and talk to gardeners who all garden in very different environments. Everyone has a very different experience, and we're all just learning the trade of gardening. And so to share some enthusiasm, to share knowledge about how and what people grow, I think it's great. It's why I started out growing plants, because there's always somebody who's got a little bit of advice that will transform how you grow your little patch. And it's all getting better and better. Everyone builds on everyone else.
The event has been a long time coming for the gardening club.
Well, 5 years ago, when we were approaching our 10th anniversary, we decided we would like to have a well-known celebrity speaker. So we started sort of looking on the internet and we came across Chris Beardshaw's name. But little did we realise that we would have to wait 5 years before he could actually come along and speak to us, because that was his waiting list, 5 years.
The evening was enthusiastically received by all in attendance, who were treated to refreshments, and some came away with their own gifts to keep.
It was definitely worth it. We've invited members from other local gardening clubs, and the response has been fantastic. It is absolutely delightful to see the hall absolutely full of enthusiastic gardeners, and I think everybody will have be going home with inspiration. We've had lots of potted plants, all gardening related raffle prizes, all made up by one member. And these beautiful flower arrangements as well from a member who was an excellent flower arranger. The talk was about entitled 100 Plants That Changed the World, which was the title of his latest book, which he brought along and gave us a copy for the raffle, and he signed it for the winner.
And it's clear that Mr. Beardshaw left a lasting impression on those in attendance.
I would just like to thank everybody for coming along and making it such a wonderful night. I'm sure we'll remember it for a while, for a long time. I'm sure everybody's enjoyed it. In fact, nobody wants to go home at the minute.
As spring draws ever closer, we can be certain that members of the Caldbeck Gardening Club will start invigorated and eager for this year's growing season. Kieran McFadgen, That's TV.